Hi. Does it work? Hello? Hello? Oh. Ta-da! I am back. I am back. What's this? Oh. Do you want a nicer background, or are you cool with my messy background? I like it. I like the more informal style of saying hello, hi there. No scripting, no nothing, just telling you some things I've been up to. I'm again pretty impressed with myself. I don't know if it's been 2 weeks since I did my last video. Hi, by the way. Hello. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. I have returned to the vlogging desk. Yes, I have returned. It's been a tiny bit while, but nowhere near as long as all my other stuff usually takes. So again, I deserve applause. I think so. So hello, I'm back. Woohoo, this is a dab. I don't know if the teens, the cool Gen Z, now Gen Alpha, right, are doing dabbing anymore, but I don't think it's cool, but I still do it. Check it out. I'm back. Whoa, did you know I can't straighten my arm because of rheumatism? Yes, I have rheumatoid arthritis. I haven't talked about this much on the vlog, have I? Could do that today, or I could do some other time. But anyway, I have damage basically in most of all my joints, which sounds terrible, and it isn't great. It is not great. Again, a thing I do not recommend. Rheumatoid arthritis, not an illness I recommend. However, I'm on really good medication, so even though I have damage in my joints, I am not suffering. So that's pretty good. Okay, hello everyone. How have you been? I'm hyper as usual. I don't know, menopause, perimenopause, all sorts still going on. And yeah, I use humor to deflect. Oh, don't smear graphite on your fires. I'm back today with, guess what? Third owl. Wow. This one was not grumpy, but he is wistfully looking off into the distance because he needs a holiday. That's my projection onto this owl. Look, he's looking over there. Is that a beach? Do I see a beach with some blue water that I can lie in front of? He looks wistfully into the distance. I'm very happy with how this guy came out. It's my number owl 3, I was going to say, my number 3 owl. I'm very happy with how he came out. Look how lovely he looks. So today I'm sharing with you how to paint this owl. I kind of stuck with some fewer colors. No, not so much confetti owl. Less confetti owl, more calmer owl. I don't know if it's translated to how I've been living in the last 2 to 3 weeks. It's just, I don't know. I can't tell you. It feels like a blur. I was going to say a whirlwind and a blur, and it nearly became, it's felt like a blur wind. Blurwind. Blurwind's a good, blurwind. That's a new word, a good new word, blur wind. It's felt like a blur wind. Everything feels like a blur wind. Blur wind nowadays. All I want to do is lie down and read books, which I'll talk about in a second. Can't though, because loads of new stuff is happening. I need to tell you about. First of all, okay, I made a new owl. Fantastic, awesome. We're going to see that in a second. Secondly, my portrait course is just launched. Literally just launched. So, expressive soul portraits can now be joined. So if you haven't joined yet, please check the links in the description below. I'm so excited about this course. It's taken me years to basically make it because I've been trying to prepare a painterly course, as I call it. by painterly I mean loose, which is not the same meaning, but in my head it's the same meaning. Illustration is also not just, so in my head illustration is tight and controlled, and painting is loose and expressive, which isn't true. You can have really loose and uncontrolled illustration, and you can have incredibly tight painting, but in my head they are, so when I say painterly course, I mean loose. So my loose, painterly expressive soul portrait, it's called, course is out now. Come and join me. Please, oh please, come and join me. I will be forever grateful. I will love you, kiss you. Now, if you join my course, I will be so grateful. We need all the help nowadays, artists. Everyone needs help, I know that. But it's a little bit hard going, I think, for many of us. So you will be endlessly in my gratitude and love for joining my course. Also, I think you'd really love it. I think you'd like it. Look, I made two new paintings for it. Look at this one. I might put the actual image. Look at that. How nice is this? Sometimes the light reflects it wrong, particularly if there's black in there. So I'll put the actual digital image on as well. But this is one of the paintings you'll make on that course. Isn't it beautiful? So we're doing lots of expressive mark making. We're doing embodied mark making, where you really can channel your emotions and your body really into the marks you're making, so that you can express the stuff that you're dealing with, the stuff that you might need to go, I can't, man, anymore. I'm going to just put it into a painting. So that's why it's called Expressive Soul Portraits. That's one I made. And then I also made this one. How beautiful is she? So she is also part of this course. So you'll also learn how to make her. And then the other three, I have already shown in another video, but I'll show them again. I'll show them on digital here. So we're making 5 portraits in total. We're making 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are the portraits we'll make, but you also get extra stuff. So I'm including a tutorial on brushes and brushwork, and then I also include a session on Photoshop and how to alter your photo references so that you can see the tonal values better. And also I show you how to use filters to make your photo reference even more kind of maybe inspiring to do other things with. It's really cool. And then I'm including a session, you're going to, a meditation, 25-minute meditation is included to get connected to your body and your feelings so that you can channel those emotions into the portraits. Then there's also color mixing included, color theory, so introduction to color theory, color mixing is included, as well as, what else was something else? I can't remember. So, lots. If you go to the sales page, it will say what's included, what we're going to do. Oh, the embodied mark making session is included. So like really learning all about how you can just make really loose and expressive and raw marks. It's really cool. I love it. I'm really proud of this course. So if you wanted to join it, please do so. All information. Oh yeah. And it's off with 20% at the moment, which only lasts until the 19th of May. So there's only a short time to go to get this course with 20% off, which this code is SOUL20. So check that out. All of it is in the thingy below. So that's what I've been doing in the whirlwind. In the whirlwind of the last 3 weeks, I have been busy preparing stuff, and lit life and children and things. As usual, it's been busy. But guess what? The sun is shining and spring is here, as you may have seen in the little introduction. The weather and the nature and the birds and all of it are just soothing my soul so beautifully. When I have 20 seconds a day when I go out and go, I just take a moment to literally 20 seconds to meditate, and then I have to go again. But it's been beautiful. I love spring. Spring is my favorite flipping season. It's also been my birthday. Yay! I am now, guess my age. They do this on TikTok where they're sending people, the people just put their selfie up and go, guess my age. And then everyone's really sad when people go, you clearly are 85. And someone else goes, no, she's 25. But they get really upset about people's guesses. So I don't really want you to guess my age. I'll tell you, I'm 48. 48. And I feel really privileged and honored, even though I'm almost 50, which seems like an insane thing, because in my head, I'm just like a struggling 25-year-old. I'm sure everyone relates. But yeah, I'm nearly 50. I'm privileged and honored to have made it to 48 years old. So it was a whirlwind of an experience. I am here again, though. I am here. I'm doing my little vlogs. I really like these little vloggies, so I'm hoping to keep it up if and when I can. And also they energize me. Cool. All right. So what else? Akatar. Put a thumbs up if you also like reading romantasy. I'm currently on the 4th book in the series called Court of Mist and Starshine, I think. And that is the little novella. Still loving it. Every night I look forward to reading my books. Yes, yes, I do. Now, what else was I going to say? Couple of things. Oh, yes. Today I will be doing an unboxing, or I'm going to be reviewing these markers. Oh, wrong language. These markers. They are acrylic pens by a company called Lightswish. And I'm going to be reviewing them and using them in the painting that you see me create those. And I also am reviewing these ones. These are metallic. These, is that the same? Okay. Super golden markers. They are basically metallic markers, and also very cool for adding accents and things like that. So that's what I'm going to do as well in the next bit where I am doing the owl. I will be reviewing these as well. And then I wanted to share 2 more things with you. Both are very fun. The first is that I have a free gift running at the moment in which you can learn to paint a very cute raccoon with me. This raccoon. See it over here? I think I should use a paintbrush for all of my pointy things. Yes, so again, details in the description below. You can have access to this lesson completely for free. From my heart to yours, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it will inspire you and that you share with me, please, your cute raccoon. Below again is also my Facebook group, Willowing and Friends, where people can post any artwork they've done on any of my classes. So I look forward to seeing your super cute raccoons. And the final thing I wanted to tell you about before we start making an owl is that Kaleidoscope is coming back this year. So for those of you who don't know Kaleidoscope is a 4-month mixed media art course in which focuses on color theory, and the I would say the limitless human spirit, or basically the resilience and the beauty of humans and the world, worldly wonders, those sorts of things are the theme. And it has a whole component on how color works. And I have worked on that segment, and I worked on it. It's almost like I did a PhD on color, I would say. So it's really, really comprehensive. So for those of you who really want to dive into understanding color, that course is coming up again. However, before the course starts, we run, some of you may know what we do, we run the taster sessions. So very soon you can join. I think we start promoting it on the 23rd of May, and then the sessions, the actual taster sessions, which are, by the way, completely free, they start on the 17th of June, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. And so you can start signing up to that from the 23rd of May. And basically, this is me and another 15 amazing artists sharing taster sessions for the Kaleidoscope course. And you can access those completely for free for a week. And then if you loved it and you thought, yes, this is awesome, I love it, this is fantastic. And we do get that feedback, by the way. You can then maybe decide to join us for Kaleidoscope, the course as well. And then if you do join us for Kaleidoscope, you get access for lifelong access to all those taster sessions as well. So this is my exciting news. This is all coming up, and I hope I'll see you on some of these events or courses, or that you do the free project. Yeah, I'm super excited. And also, of course, I can't wait to see if you'll do an owl with me today. Different kind of owl, different color scheme altogether, and different angle. Like we said, he's wistfully looking off into the distance to see if there's a beautiful tropical island to lay on, which, oh my goodness, wouldn't that be so fantastic? Who wants to come on a holiday with me? Okay, thank you for being here today. I'd love to hang out more with you on all the social media places. I'd love to get connected on Instagram, Facebook. I'm on TikTok. Yeah, Facebook I said. And please connect with me there. All my socials are in the description below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a subscribe and click that little bell perhaps even so that you get notified of a new video. And yes, and if you enjoy the rest of me or all of it of me, whatever you enjoy here, if you enjoy my artwork and you'd like to learn from me, do come and check out some of my classes on www.willowing.org. What's that, 4 W's? You know what I love? I love that the W, which is such a weird name for a letter. It's a very long name for a letter, right? W. In other languages, W is pronounced completely different. For instance, in Dutch, it's they. So when you say www, you say ve. And in Italian, it's woo woo woo. I just think that's so cool. So woo woo woo, willowing.org. See you there and enjoy the creation of the owl. Much love and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I deeply appreciate it. It is my absolute privilege and joy to have you hang out with me for a little bit. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Much love! So I'm doing a little unboxing and a review of some new goodies I've been sent by a company called Lightswish. And I'm excited because these are acrylic markers, and these are metallic acrylics markers. I think they are acrylics, and I don't use metallics a lot, but I do use them sometimes, particularly gold and silver here and there, to create some beautiful shimmery things. So today I just want to unbox these and do maybe a little bit of swatching with them, not with all the colors, but some, and then we'll use some in my owl painting as well. So let's take a look. I'm first going to open up the acrylic markers. They look really good. I love acrylic markers. I have my Posca pens and I have some Arteza pens, and acrylic markers are really, oh wow, I like the little box actually. It's a good box. Acrylic markers are just really helpful, I find, for oh, this is nice. Look at that. So for mixed media artists, many of us like using acrylic markers for details, touch-ups, and all sorts. So, whoa, I love how they feel. I love how their box is. So opening it like this, that's nice. So let's see, which color shall I use first? This is an interesting one. Some of them have, oh no, all of them are, oh, sorry, I didn't realize. Look, they all have one color here and one color here. That's interesting. So they're kind of two colors in one pen, is it? Let's take a look. So, okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh, nice. And then the other side. Oh, this is nice. Very juicy. Let's see how they react to water. I don't know. Acrylic markers are not meant for, they're not water soluble, so they're not, these are not like the ones that I have, which are no, oh yeah, a little bit. You can activate them a little bit. They're not meant for that. So acrylic markers are just acrylic paints in a pen, and really they are for coloring effectively, or adding details. So, but you can, if it's still a little bit wet, you could add some water to them. Let's do this teal and teal, light blue and light blue. Ooh, very nice indeed. The colors are very vibrant and nice coverage, so they're not opaque, but you can make them a little bit opaque, as in, do this. But so for instance, I have the I forget the name now, and they are very juicy. Oh, these ones. This is the Acrylic. This is a brush pen. This is a water soluble marker, and those are, you add to it, and then well, it's almost similar actually, I have to say. I bet you though that if you let these dry a little bit, they will likely not be so easy to add water to. So this is back to the Lightswish company markers. So let's just let them dry. Oh, that's a very vibrant. So I like the vibrancy of the colors. very vibrant, and the coverage, so it's very thick. It's a thick coverage. It's not. There's a black version. Very nice. It's not very like it's not too thin. Yeah, so they cover really well. Well, sometimes I suppose you meant to. I didn't even shake them. You see. But sometimes markers like this can separate inside the material, the paint, and the binding solution can kind of separate. And then you, like with Posca, you can get a bit of milky. This is a lovely colour. Look at that. Okay, so I really like these. The only downside for me is that they are thick nibbed. So I often use acrylic markers with really fine nibs, but that's just because I use them for small details. So this is more for doing larger work, if you're having segments of work you want to colour in. And I don't tend to use, personally don't tend to use markers like this for a lot of colouring, but I know there are many artists that do quite a lot of colouring in their work, large chunks, and then these markers are brilliant because very, very good coverage, I think. Now, I let that one dry for a little bit. Let's see what happens if I just let it genuinely dry. So that should be fully dry now. I just want to see what happens if I try to activate these two. Yeah, much harder, you see? Really dries very well. Totally, like, can't do it, because these are sort of still wet. But anyway, it's nice to be able to add some water to it, and I like being able to, this is the, that's the juicy one, so that's not from this marker set. But this is, these sorts of markers are really helpful. Oh, I'm luckily not going through. So these are really helpful for doing, if you're doing large color work, and you want to do it with acrylics, these are really helpful. So I'll use some in my owl painting, just for maybe like feather accents or something. So let's have a look at this one. So these are golden, super golden marker. And by the way, if you're interested in buying these, they are giving us a discount code as well. So have a look in the description where you'll find the link as to where you can buy them, as well as the discount code. I think it's 20% off, which is great. Okay, so these, I think these are finer nibbed, which is helpful because usually when I use markers, it's usually more finer nibbed. I'm imagining this is probably 0.7-ish, like the Posca pens. I was exactly right. Check it out. That is cool that I could guess that. Wow, I like the outside pens, as in they really give me a sense of what the colors are. So shiny. They're very shiny. I hope it is close to the actual color, because this is a beautiful blue metallic color. So they're covered in plastic, so you have to okay, here we go. You have to fiddle a little bit to get them off. Now usually when they're finer nibbed, that's interesting. So it calls this an 0.7, but the Posca pen, these are also 0.7. So is this in the end then the same? It's just I know that this is called ball. This is called pin type, that's the thing, so it's slightly differently, the tip is different but probably the same size, it must be, otherwise you can't call it 0.7, can you? So pens like this, you have to shake them a bit, and then you have to press the nib down for the paint, and then the paint can come down and seep into the nib, for those of you who don't know how that works. Oh, there you go, quite quickly came. Wow, ooh, oh, these are very nice. Oh, these are lovely. So the shimmer, I don't know if it picks off the shimmer. Let me just colour one heart in. Oh, these are really lovely. Very potent, very sort of not watery. And the colour is pretty accurate, a little darker than the outside of the pen. Sometimes I find it frustrating when the pen color outside doesn't match the pen color inside. Can you see that it's shimmery? Probably picks it up. But pretty close, but not quite. Let's take another one. Let's do this. Oh, let's do a magenta pink-ish one. And see. So this came down quite quickly. Sometimes you have to, with Posca pen, you have to wait quite a while before the ink comes down. No. Yeah, it's coming. Oh, there it is. Ooh. I don't know why I can't write anything other than hello. Hold on. You are loved. Right, so far these two colors, they come out darker on the page than they look on here, which I was hoping this was much more vibrant pink or some sort of magenta, but it's okay. Let's just do one more color, like so there's silver and gold in there. Let's do green and maybe a dark blue. Maybe two. Just want to see if they actually have lightish colors, because I mean this is more like a turquoise rather than a vibrant electric blue. What is the name of this color here? Colorful. Does it give us? It says it's lights fast. No, it doesn't give a name of the color on there. I would call the outside electric blue or something, or electric turquoise or something. But this is more of a sea green. But anyway, that's just the mismatch between the outer of, and that's happens so much when you buy paints, even watercolor sets or anything. The outside doesn't always match the inside, which just bothers me, but it's, you know, it's okay. Alright, let's see what this one does. It's coming now. It's coming down. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, this one is definitely a little lighter. Lelo, again. I'm green. Oh, this is definitely more like the outer. You see that? I don't know if you can see. I don't know how much it picks up. That's cool. So these are sparkly and metallic and can be really great for adding accents to your painting. I like. Nice. Okay, so those are the metallic markers. So my color scheme for my owl today is going to be kind of dark blue, light blue, purple, and maybe a bit of orange. So I'm gonna grab this blue. I need a blue. What about this one? Sorry, I just want to see what this is. This is more of a purpley blue, so I think that's going to be more closer to my color scheme. I'm going to have tantrum. I'm going to have a can't get the plastic off tantrum. Okay, here we go. I have to do it with my teeth. Yeah. That was me spitting out a tiny piece of plastic. Okay, this purple blue looks good from the outside. I will write something different this time. Banana. Okay, so this is kind of a bluey purple. Nice. Banana, banana, banana. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one out. The blue one was more turquoise. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to see what this color is. Oh, yay. New word. Caravan. Oh, that sort of splattery stuff. That's sometimes happens on my Posca pens as well sometimes. Okay, this yeah. Quite a good blue. More of a neutral blue. I think that will be helpful for my color scheme, so I'm going to use that one. And I don't think they have orange in this series. This is maybe this is considered an orange, but I don't. It's more of a bronze and you know, those types of colors. They don't name them. Okay, cool. So I will be using some of the metallics and the markers, the acrylic markers as well, and I'll grab those as we go along. So enjoy the rest of this video. Let's make another owl.